I want you to do something for me today. I want you to do something for yourselves today. And that is to be proud of yourself as an individual, as an independent body, man or woman, or even child. Stand fast on your principles and don't allow anyone to define you. Be yourself. As long as you're not harming someone else, be yourself. Have no intentions of harming anyone else, verbally or physically. Just be yourself. The title of this video is if there's two sides to every story, then let me tell you mine. And it's about how when you're having a conversation with someone and you're trying to discuss an issue, a situation, or a subject, and one of the people that you may be speaking with, or the person that you may be speaking with, will not allow you to speak because they want to control the situation or the conversation. Now, a conversation should be between minimally two people. And let's just take that scenario, two people. This is my philosophy and this is common sense. If I'm speaking with one person about a particular matter or subject, I will allow that person to speak, and when they're done speaking or conveying their message or thought, they should pause and allow me to give my response or rebuttal if it's necessary. And while I'm speaking, when I'm done, now it's up to them to speak again. But anytime you're speaking with someone and it begins to become distasteful, the person begins to talk loud and speak over you while you're speaking, that is where they have crossed the lines. Conversation is two-sided, right? Minimally. So when you're talking to someone, give them the respect to be quiet until they get their point across. And then they should do the same thing in kind with you and allow you to get your point or expression, your point in, or your thoughts. But it is never a good thing for two people to talk at the same time, because that's confusion. And you cannot resolve any particular issue if that's the way you're going to handle a conversation. And in fact, it is not a conversation, it's something else. So, if a person is speaking over you, they could be doing it for a number of reasons. Number one, they're insecure. Number two, they are ill-equipped to handle the conversation. They're not that educated, or they're someone who don't know how to accept the truth or constructive criticism, if that's what it be. But what you never do is continue to entertain the conversation if a person begins to behave in that manner. So for example, if I'm talking to someone across the floor from me, across the table from me, and they begin to speak over me while I'm conveying my message, I'll be quiet. And oftentimes that's an indication to them that I'm really taking note of their behavior. And I'll say, wait a minute, are you going to allow me to speak? And then I'll see if they're quiet, so that I can resume my side of the story or my views. But if the person will not relent and they continue to speak over me while I'm talking, it's fruitless to continue to try to talk to that person. Sounds like maybe someone who is very narcissistic, who wants to believe that it's only their story and their side of the story, and that's it, and what you say don't matter, and they're not going to even try to entertain what your point of view is. They don't want to. That is a very insecure person, and a person who lacks true character. So if you have experienced this type of person before, just take heed. Remember what I said. When you're talking to someone, it could be family, it could be a police officer, it could be a judge, it can be anyone. Do it in good taste. Say, excuse me, would you allow me to speak? May I say something? Excuse me, would you not speak while I'm speaking so that we can both have some clarity and our understanding of what we're saying and where we're going with this conversation? It's not polite to speak over someone when they're speaking. It says a lot about the person who has that character flaw. And it is indeed a character flaw. But you can dismiss it in a very polite and courteous way without coming to clashing with that person. Just want you to think about this. Now, let me say this before I close. If this could possibly be you, the person that wants to get a word in edgewise while the other individual is speaking, you need to check yourself. That was it, and that was all.